What's up, Chrome fam? We are here at Jordan Middle School. We're gonna get in the first ever outside workout video I've done. It's gonna be more functional training, more for the people who are the athletes, don't want to do as much strict weightlifting and bodybuilding style workouts. Because it's great for anybody to change it up and do that anyways, even if you are a bodybuilder, because if you want to stay like I do, athletic at the same time, and you want to stay, nimble and agile, to be able to go play a random pickup game of basketball, but yet still be strong and lift in the gym and get your swole on, then then you're going to need to implement some functional training, in your day-to-day stuff too. You can't always just be doing the straight powerlifting or straight bodybuilding type lifting, because this stuff's going to get you pretty stiff, and especially if you don't stretch enough, which was one thing I'll talk about later or here in a little bit. Stretching is really important. If you don't do that stuff enough, or even if you do, you can become stiff. And you can become, not as athletic and agile. So that's something that I would think most people wouldn't want. I know I don't want. So let's get out here, get warmed up, and then I'll let y'all know what we're going to do. When I run outside, I don't always use cleats, but out here on this kind of rough terrain, this football field is not in the best shape. Brought out the old cleats I used a little bit in college to play intramural football, and when I was training to try to walk on play at the University of Arkansas, which didn't happen. But once I get these on, we'll get to stretching and warming up. So now what I'm gonna do is some stretching to warm up, and then after stretching I'm gonna do some functional warming up, because that's really what's most important for when you're gonna be doing sprints and stuff like we're gonna be doing today, agility drills. You need to functionally warm up your muscles and not necessarily do a whole lot of static stretching, because that's gonna take away some of your power, and it's not as beneficial for your muscles. It's actually more beneficial to stretch after your workouts. So we'll just get started with some stretching. You want this to be very light stretching. Not going to, you're just completely in pain on this. This is just to kind of get some blood flow in the muscles, get them loose. This stretch right here is going to stretch your glutes, maybe a little bit of your hips. It's very important for when you're doing sprints. Here's obviously going to be your hamstrings, maybe a little bit of your calves, depending on how hard you pull on your feet here. I like to do a very light first stretch on each position, and then go a little bit harder the second time. Again, not too hard. The stretch here is going to be for your quads. Now, I'm going to stretch a little bit of that inner thigh, groin area in here. Just going back lightly first for both sides. Then really get deep into it, that second one, but not for long. Now for the first of our functional stretching, you want to get up against some type of a wall, or right here I've got bleachers, something to hold on to. We're really going to loosen up the hips here, so when we're getting into our strides and we're really trying to open up, our hips aren't holding us back because they're tight. So first, what you want to do here is hands on the wall, bleachers, whatever it may be for you. 1 foot back, and then the opposite leg is going to be coming under and then out to the side. So it's going to look like this. Now if you can't go as high as I'm going, that's fine. Go what's comfortable for you. Go a little bit out of your comfort zone and loosen up those hips. Now for the second one, we're going to go back to this and do it a second time, like I said for every other stretch. Hold on with one side. With that same leg, you're just going to be kicking it straight up in front, almost like a punter would in football. Kicking it, trying to get it as high as you can. What I like to do is keep my opposite hand here, about where my pec is, or my chest muscle where my pec starts. Try to kick my leg about up to that. So it's going to look like this. Now the other side. Okay, now that we've gotten properly warmed up, I'm gonna hit a jog from this purple dumbbell right here to the goal post, which is gonna be about 60 yards or so. It's just a jog, very light jog, and once I get there, a few breaths, jog back, okay? That's our last warm up. Then I'm gonna do 10 sprints. I'm gonna do the first 5 at 3/4 speed, so 75% of as hard as you can go. And then the last 5 of those 10 are gonna be full sprints. It's gonna be 20 yards. I've already marked it out. Luckily I'm on a football field here, so it's easier. I've marked it out from the first purple dumbbell to where you see the second purple dumbbell in the background. Each one of these 3/4 speed sprints for the 20 yards, there's 5 of them, remember. It's going to be a pretty much no break. Once I start doing the 5 full sprints, 100% at max effort for the 20 yards, there's 5. It's going to be about 15 seconds between each sprint. For the video, I'll speed that up for y'all so you don't have to wait while I'm between sets.
Okay, so now for a little bit more of a cardio exercise, we're gonna be doing a little bit of boxing training. Now, it's not like I'm a boxer or I've been trained a lot in boxing, but I've had enough experience, enough training to at least know how to throw a punch at least better than most. And I've had my fair share of experiences. What we're gonna be doing here is, and I'm just gonna tell you some simple things that I know about punching, throwing a correct punch. Now, again, I'm no boxer, so take this with a grain of salt, but this is at least what I know and what I've learned in my training. So what we're gonna be doing here is, get into your stance. The stance isn't as important right now because we're mainly using this for cardio. I've got 2 3-pound dumbbells here. You can do it with no weight if you need to. For beginners, maybe no weight, maybe 3 pounds, maybe you're a boxer and you wanna use 5, I'm not sure. Assess your level of what you need, dumbbell wise or no dumbbell. Get in your stance here, hands up. You're gonna be throwing either 1-2-1 or just a 1-2. It's the only combinations we're gonna throw right now. Now, when you're throwing your jab, you're 1, okay? Shoulders up, hands up, right hand a little higher than your left. And when you throw that 1, we're not down here throwing it, okay? This leaves your chin open if you're in a real fight. Now, I know this isn't fighting training, but everyone should know this. When you're throwing that jab, shoulders up. You wanna be able to look right down your punch, right? First 2 knuckles forward, here. Shoulders up. As you can see, this is protecting my chin. Here. 1-1. 1-1. It's like a snap. It's not bring it back. It's one motion fast. Snap. 1-1. 2. Same thing on the other side. Use that shoulder to protect your chin. 1-1. 2. Now when you're throwing this punch, keep this hand up. When you're throwing this punch, keep this hand up. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna throw 25 punches the first round, 30 punches the second round, 35, and then 40. We're gonna go up by 5 each time, 25 to 40 in 4 sets. Now between each round, we're gonna take a 15-second break. Only 15 seconds, don't cheat it. And I'll speed that part up again like on the sprints, the breaks for y'all, so we can get through it faster. You don't have to watch me on my breaks. And if you wanna move around too, if you wanna get some head movement, whatever you want to do to keep your heart rate up. But this is going to be high intensity interval training, the sprints and the boxing, okay? So what we're doing is we're getting our heart rate up, dropping it down for 15 seconds. Heart rate up, dropping it down for 15 seconds. This interval training is going to be the best for burning calories and burning fat, okay? Because your body has to work harder to bring your heart rate up and bring it down than it would if we were just running a long distance at the same pace the whole entire time. Your body's a lot better at taking care of that situation than it is the up and down. Round 2. Round 3. Should be up to 35 strikes now, 35 punches. Fourth round, 40 strikes. Okay, so here we're going to be working on a little bit of quad exercise, still functional athletic training. We're going to be getting down, starting in your athletic stance, okay? If you play football, you know this is more like a cornerback or defensive back stance. We're going to start here. Back arch, chest up, hands ready for action as if you were playing, one foot behind the other. You can start here if that's how you play or if that's how you just like to start your stance. I prefer to start here. All right, you're going to go into a back pedal here like this. Okay, you may not be able to see it, but there's a dumbbell back there over to the side. So once I backpedal enough to where I see that in my peripheral, so mark a spot for yourself, then I'm gonna sprint forward. So it's backpedal, backpedal, backpedal. And it's keeping the tension on your quads here because you're down the whole time, almost as if you're sitting in a chair. Once I get past that dumbbell, I'm sprinting straight through the camera. Now I'm taking 15-second breaks between these. If this is a little tough for you, take a little bit more break than that. Now this is going to be more of a beginner video, maybe intermediate. I might call it intermediate because of the 15-second breaks. But besides the fact that if you physically can't do it with the 15-second breaks, if you can't, bump it to 20. If you can't do that, bump it to 25. Try not to go over 30. If you have to, you can, but push yourself. Don't just go longer breaks because you want to or you're feeling tired. We got to remember, the body goes much farther than the mind. So don't let your mind quit because your body won't. Your body won't. Here's my second one. Yes, that was longer than a 15-second break for me. So I'll do. How about this? I'll do no break after this one. Workout's over, guys. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. A little bit different than what I usually do. More instructional than a lot of times it's just workout videos to music for me. But those are more just so that y'all can see what I'm doing. Those are more for intermediate to advanced lifters and athletes. That way you can just watch what I'm doing and you can generally mimic it yourself without any instruction. I'm gonna start doing some more instructional videos for those who are beginners. Like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It's been a pretty day out here. It's like 75 degrees in San Antonio, Texas. A little cloudy, but hey, once it got cloudy, that helped me feel better. Not as hot, not as sweaty. But there's y'all's a little bit of functional training from me. I'm gonna be doing more videos like this. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe.